Hey y'all, welcome back to Roads Less Traveled. Today, I'm out here behind the house and I've got this new Tactacam X 3.0. Alright y'all, so this is the new cell camera by Tactacam. This is just the X 3.0. There's also an X Pro. We'll go into some of those differences here in a little bit. It's pretty crazy to me that all the trail cameras I've reviewed on this channel, I've never done a Tactacam cell camera. And the reason why that's crazy is because I have many Tactacams and I absolutely love them. I've got like 3 or 4 different versions. I think I have a total of maybe around 10 of these cameras. And they work almost flawlessly. I've never lost a camera. They're all still working really well. So I believe in Tactacam. I think the main reason why I've never reviewed these cameras is just because they are such a popular camera. There are tons of reviews out there on YouTube. You can go search for these cameras and find, 10, 15, 20, just right away. And that doesn't even include the ones that are hidden, buried down, that you really have to search to find. That's the main reason why I've never done a review on them. With this new camera coming out, I jumped on and ordered one pretty quick whenever they were available to the public. Thinking maybe I could get ahead of some of the other people who are going to do reviews on these. But by the time this camera came in, I've had a chance to shoot it. There's already tons of videos out there. And they're some good videos. So y'all, do some searching. If you don't find what you need in this one, there's plenty of other videos out there. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this review video because this is a product I believe in. Now, I purchased this with my own money. They didn't send it to me, so this is an unbiased, honest review of this product. So let's just kind of go over some of the specs here on the box. It does actually have a comparison of the X 3.0 and the X Pro 3.0, or the X Pro 3.0. This is the X 3.0, not the Pro. And there's a reason why I went with the lower priced option. Let's just kind of compare some of the differences first. So this camera has what's considered low glow infrared technology, whereas the Pro is no glow. So that's one area where I think I might consider going with the Pro, is I really do like cameras that have no glow. I've got a few deer that actually look for these cameras. Now I don't know if they're actually spotting the IR or if there's some sort of other noise that's associated with the cameras taking a picture. The X 3.0 has a burst mode of 3 photos, where the Pro version can have 5 photos. That's not a big deal for me. I'm never going to run a burst of more than 3 pictures, so that's a plus for the X. They both have built-in GPS. They both say they have improved image sensor. They both have live aiming in the app. And here's something that's new with these cameras, is they actually have an internal memory, meaning you do not have to run an SD card with these cameras. Now, I understand why they did that. I think Tactacam's had a lot of problems with people using low quality SD cards, and that can create a lot of issues and cause these things, and also cameras for that matter, to not transmit the photos. So I think going with an internal storage is going to get rid of all those problems they've had with people not understanding they need to use a high quality SD card. So that I think is a good thing for the average consumer. For me, however, I'm still going to use a SD card, and I have a good reason for that. So the pictures and videos that the camera sends you to your mobile device, at least the pictures, are a little bit reduced quality image. Now you can request high resolution images if you need to, and that's fine, but you have to pay for those. Also, the videos that are available are by request only, and you have to pay extra to be able to request those videos. Now that's fine, but while I do that, I will request videos of certain deer that I want to have a better look at. I don't request and receive every video to my phone. I want those videos and high resolution images stored on the SD card, so that once or twice a year I can come out, pull that SD card, download every single high resolution image and every single video onto my computer and then go through them that way. And sometimes I found that there are images or videos or things that the camera had taken that I didn't even know it taken because they didn't get sent to me properly. So I'm still going to use an SD card, but you do not have to. Both cameras take 1080p full HD video, which is great. Here's the difference. The Pro version allows you to request on-demand videos, where this X does not. Again, that's not a deal breaker for me. I don't really have a reason to request on-demand videos. However, if you're monitoring a property, you know, or you think something may have changed, something may be happening, be able to request that video, know exactly what's out there at that moment. Maybe something's benefit for you. For me, I don't care. I only want the camera to trigger, send me pictures and videos when there's actually a game in front of it. And the last difference is the Pro version has a 2-inch LCD screen, whereas the X does not. Okay, that's another one that I don't care about. You can connect this camera to the app on your phone and see all the settings there. You can access a preview to see what the camera's seeing when it's set on the tree. And those are the same kind of things you could do from the LCD screen. However, I can do it from my phone and not have to pay that extra cost to get the Pro version. So really, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these cameras. It just kind of depends on if you want to spend a little bit extra to get those extra utilities out of the Pro version. The other thing that's new with these cameras is it can actually send you firmware updates over cellular network, so you don't actually have to go through the whole downloading it from a computer, putting it on an SD card, making sure it's installed properly. So that's a good thing. And it has a new antenna location, which we'll talk about when I get it opened up. Okay, that's pretty much everything in the box. Let's go ahead and open this thing up and take a look at it. Right off the bat, we have a quick start guide. Another thing I forgot to mention that I just noticed in the quick start guide, these cameras are dual carrier compatible, okay? Meaning that they can connect to AT&T or Nationwide, as well as the Verizon and other network towers. And they have the ability to connect to the best network that's available in the area. And if something changes, they can switch. So that is huge. I can't tell you how many times I've taken a AT&T only camera into an area, set it up, only to realize that it does not get cellular signal there, that I need to go with a different carrier, such as Verizon. That is a pain. So that is another great benefit of these cameras. Okay, right off the bat, there's not a lot in this box. You get the quick start guide, you get their standard strap, you get the camera. That's it. There's not a lot of fluff, a lot of other, unnecessary things. The antenna is already installed. Let me step up here and show you this. It actually has this keeper that holds it in this downward position, and then you can take and just kind of pop it up, rotate it around when you're on the tree. The cool thing about these cameras is they can actually flip down, whereas the old ones couldn't. And that could be a way that maybe in your bag or somewhere they would get, messed up or broken. But when you put it in this sort of configuration, throw it in your backpack, you ain't got to worry about that anymore. Good job, Tactacam. I really like that. I've seen some people saying that they can actually run this camera with the antenna in this down position and it still gets enough signal to operate, which is huge. Because I'm sure most of y'all out there that use cell cameras have had problems with critters or something coming up, knocking your antenna out like this or down or around, and then you kind of lose the signal. But with this, if it's really strong enough to acquire signal in the down position, this little keeper, it's going to be a much better option if you have problems with raccoons or squirrels or things like that. It still has the built-in Python lock on the door, which if y'all watched any of my videos, you know I'm a huge fan of that. Let's open it up. And the inside looks pretty much identical to the other Tactacam cameras. You have an off, setup, and on, test mode, and then a series of lights up here at the top that indicate signal strength, battery power, that's connected to Wi-Fi on your phone, an SD card button, and a status light. Okay, let's run through, set up this camera on our mobile app. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do when we're within our Reveal app is we're going to say Add Camera. We want to select a plan, which I'm just going to do the same as my others. Select the camera. This is a 3.0. Now we're going to scan the QR code. There we go. Now it says to open the camera's latch and insert 12 AA batteries in the tray. Okay, so let's get some batteries installed real quick. I'm trying out these new lithium batteries from Amazon. These are Vonico batteries, and they're a budget lithium. It's a much better price than the Energizers. I don't know if they're going to be as high quality, but I'm going to try them out and see, because they're less than half the cost. Okay, we have our batteries installed. We're going to slide them back into our Tactacam, and we're going to go back to our app and say continue. Okay, we're going to insert our SD card. Alright, continue to the next step. We're going to turn it on. It says turn to the on position, but I think turning it to the setup position is the best. This is going to allow you to see what your cell signal is, allow you to connect to it and all that stuff. So it's going through right now. It's probably going to try to update if there's a firmware update the first time you hook it up. I'm just going to set this here. Within the app, it's asking to add a camera name. Okay, for name, I'm going to name it Reveal X 3.0. We're going to add a new location. I'm just going to call this home, because that's where we're at now. We'll save that. Okay, so I added a location. Now it's asking to wait while we activate your camera. This may take up to a minute. I'm just going to set my phone down, let it do its thing. We'll come back when it's all set up and ready to be put in the woods. So the camera's finally connected, set up. It says it's ready to go in the app. I did have to actually switch it all the way to on before it would connect, say it was set up and ready to use. So at this point, we're ready to take it to the field, get it on a tree, and we'll dive back in the app and show you some of the features within there. Alright, so we have our Tactacam set up on the tree. I went ahead and switched it to the setup mode so it can search for cell signal. I'm going to leave the antenna in the downward position now just to see what sort of signal strength we get. While it is searching for signal, I'm going to go ahead and get our app out. Within the app, we're going to click on account in the bottom right hand corner. We're going to say connect to Reveal Wi-Fi. Continue to turn on device Wi-Fi. Continue. Continue. Now we're going to connect to this camera's Wi-Fi and see exactly what it's seeing. So we're going to click join. And there we go. I'm going to kind of twist it just a little bit to the right. It's actually overlooking a little mineral site that I developed here a couple months ago. If you're interested in that, it's a video on my channel. It's been working pretty well. So within the app, we can tell that our camera is aimed exactly where we want it to. I'm going to go ahead and format the SD card. It's always a good idea. Then we're going to click the gear icon in the upper right hand corner so we can review our settings. I'm going to set the camera mode to picture plus video. 4K image size sounds great. Video size, we're going to do 1080p. Highest quality possible. Video length, 15 seconds is good. Night mode, minimum blur. Battery type is lithiums. Flash power is high. delay is off, work timer is off, SD loop is on. SD loop means it'll override itself once the SD card is full. This is a 32 gig SD card, so it should be good for a while. Settings check, hybrid. It's interesting. It's a new setting there. Motion sensitivity 7, I like that. Sim type we're going to leave as timely for now, because I want to know exactly when we're getting pictures off this thing for a little while. Later, I will change that setting to once per day just to conserve battery power. Check-in picture is off. Okay, let's go back. Everything's looking pretty good. We have 3 bars of signal strength with the antenna in this downward position. So I'm going to leave it just like that. We'll see how well it sends pictures to our account. Alright, at this point we're ready to switch the camera from setup to on, leave it, and see what we can get off of it. There we go. We're going to leave this camera, let it do its thing for a while. We'll come back in a week or so probably and do a check-in and see what we think. Alright y'all, so our Tactacam X 3.0 has been out for around a week now, and I gotta say it has not disappointed. It's just about as good as I expected, and on par with all the other cameras from Tactacam. I've left the antenna in this downward position this whole week. I've had no problem receiving pictures and videos to my phone. I'll throw some of those up as I'm talking so you can take a look at them. I've gotten quite a few deer on this camera, some fawns, a couple foxes, and a couple bucks. One of them pretty good. He's kind of got a funky one side is bigger than the other, but still a pretty good deer. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with this camera. I think it's a great camera. I mean, there's not much else I can say about it. Tactacam also, in my opinion, has one of the best apps out there. It's better than a lot of the other apps I've used for cellular cameras, so that's a big plus. And this camera that has a lot of great features, you know, as opposed to some of the older Tactacam versions. But as far as functionality, it's all pretty much the same. They kept it simple, easy to use, and I really appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and pull the physical SD card off this camera. We'll take those images out, put them on the computer, and I'll throw them up on the end of this video so you can see the full resolution pictures and videos, in addition to what I've put up here from a screen recording from my cell phone. I think it's important to be able to see the high resolution that this camera is capable of achieving. The app is sending a lower resolution version of the pictures. You can request the full HD, and if you have it on video, you can also request the video. But I like having every single video and every single full resolution image that I'm going to pull off this camera, and I'll throw them up here in just a second. But that's pretty much going to do it for this one. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully it was informative. Hopefully it helped somebody out. If you liked it, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and y'all do me a favor. Always remember, take the roads less traveled.